Hey gamers, if you're ready for a dice battle, then you want to check out Dice Clash. Let's take a look at how this game plays. In this game, players are having a head-to-head dice battle where they are trying to defeat their opponent twice in order to win. On a player's turn, they will play one of their dice, which they rolled at the beginning of the game, into one of the slots on their specific grid. And then they will do any modifiers that might be on there. So if I'm going first, I don't have to defend, so I'm just going to place maybe my 5, and I'm going to place on one of these +1 slots. So I'm going to make that a 6. Now, in order to defend that, my opponent will need to play 7 or more defense, or because it was a 6 or above, they are able to play a 1 in order to defend that as well. So they'll play a 1, maybe to their center, and then they have 1 attack back on me. So I only need to play a 2 to defend that. So I'll go ahead and put a 2 there, and we'll just go back and forth until nobody can respond. Somebody runs out of dice, and then that player would be the loser for that round. Anytime a player places a white die, they will go ahead and re-roll all of the remaining dice in their pool. And anytime a player places their red die, they will be able to do their special ability. In this case, my special ability is that I could plus or minus 1 from 2 of the dice remaining in my pool. And we'll go back and forth until somebody loses. So let's say that my opponent lost the first round. They'll then flip over both of their cards, so their grid and their character cards. So they'll have a new ability available to them and a slightly different grid with a lot of the same modifications, but slightly different ones as well. And then we'll reset for a new round. Again, going back and forth. If I lose the second round, I'll also flip over, and then we'll be in kind of a sudden death because the first player to 2 wins will win the overall game. I liked the variety in this one. Had a lot of different characters to choose from who all had abilities and slightly different and unique boards. There's also 2 AI characters for the solo mode, which I liked. I thought that worked pretty well, with, again, having just a little bit more variation for things. But at the same time, of course, it's a dice game. This came down to a lot of luck. If you play and somebody has a lot of 6s, they're going to have really strong attacks, and if you didn't roll a lot of also high numbers, or you can also parry 6s and above with 1s. But again, it just locks you into like having to have specific things. You can't see the opponent's dice, which I think makes sense for the type of game that it is, but at the same time, it just means that you can't fully plan, you can't fully know what to play when, and it just comes down to a lot of the luck of the dice. I do like that the white dice let you reroll, the red die lets you use your ability, which can definitely all come in handy. But if somebody just gets really lucky and has a lot of really strong attacks, or is just able to block everything, then you kind of just succumb to that luck. It is a couple of rounds usually, because you do have to win twice, defeat your opponent twice in order to win the overall game. So there is potential for you to come back, especially because you flip your cards over, get slightly stronger or different attacks or abilities out, which can, again, be really helpful. But overall, I just felt a lot of the luck. On the bright side, though, it's not a super long game, so even if you do have some really bad luck, you can always just clean it up really quick. It's super easy to set up and clean up, and then try again and see if you can fare a little bit better, try a different character, things like that. So overall, I definitely think the game works. If you're somebody who really likes and appreciates a small portable game, not too many components, again, pretty easy to learn and pretty easy to set up and clean up and everything, then this definitely might be for you. But you can check out my full thoughts on the blog today to decide if this one's up your alley.